Welcome back to the ear. For those listening here, and for those listening inside Nubia, quietly, carefully, we are here tonight because something has shifted. A declaration was made, not behind closed doors, not in private council, but publicly. Eliyah stood before Ahab, the appointed king of Nubia, and declared, "No rain shall fall in Nubia." Not symbolic rain, not metaphorical drought, rain. And since that moment, the skies have held their breath. Markets tremble, officials whisper. Four Winds Square feels different. So tonight, we are not here for theory. We are here for clarity. My guest is no stranger to controversy. Some call him prophet, some call him rebel, some call him destabilizing. I call him necessary. Eliyah, welcome back.
Shalom, Toviyah.
We all know who Ahab is. His image fills every screen. His voice shapes every decree. His policies govern daily brand. But for those who've been living under a rock, tell them plainly, who is Ahab and why would you declare drought under his rule?
Ahab is the appointed king of Nubia, not crowned by covenant, installed by the N3 council. He governs publicly, but answers privately. He is a vassal king. He carries authority, but does not originate it. He rose because he was safe. Safe for N3, safe for Caesar, safe for the Liberty of the Gods campaign. And now Nubia suffers drought not because of weather, but because leadership shapes heaven's response.
You said Ahab didn't rise because he was righteous. You said he was safe. Break that down. How was his rise engineered?
Ahab did not campaign his way into power. He was curated. The N3 Council studies temperament the way generals study terrain. They don't look for fire, they look for flexibility. Ahab was ambitious, but not defiant. Intelligent, but not independent. Charismatic, but not disruptive. He understood hierarchy. More importantly, he respected it.
So they saw potential in him.
They saw compatibility. Every empire needs a vessel king in Nubia. Not a tyrant, not a revolutionary, a manager. Someone who can calm the people while preserving the structure. Ahab was perfect because he believed proximity to Caesar meant elevation. He didn't realize proximity can also mean containment.
Walk us through it, step by step.
First, they platformed him. Media visibility. Strategic appearances at Four Winds Square. Soft interviews where he spoke about healing divisions. He positioned himself as bridge builder. Second, they crisis tested him. Small unrest. Minor economic strain. Public controversy. They watched how he responded. Did he defend the image? Did he protect liberty of the gods? Did he condemn dissent quickly? He passed every test.
So this wasn't sudden.
Nothing like this is sudden. Third, they isolated alternatives. Strong voices were labeled extreme. Critical thinkers were discredited. Grassroots leaders were absorbed into advisory roles. By the time the appointment was announced, there was no viable contrast. The people weren't choosing. They were accepting.
And Ahab knew this?
He knew enough. He knew doors opened for him. He knew cameras followed him. He knew his words carried unusual amplification. But here's the danger. When opportunity comes wrapped in affirmation, it feels deserved. He didn't feel engineered. He felt affirmed. An affirmation without discernment is seduction.
You're describing something calculated.
It was. N3 doesn't simply appoint kings. They manufacture inevitability. By the time Ahab stood in Four Winds Square and accepted leadership, the crowd had already been prepared to cheer. The image was preserved. The system remained intact. The people felt hopeful, and the council felt secure.
What was the turning point? When did Ahab cross from ambition into compromise?
When he realized he could not challenge the liberty of the gods campaign and chose silence, that was the moment. He saw distortion. He recognized the theological confusion, but he told himself, reform must be gradual. Gradual became permanent. Silence became alignment. Alignment became policy, and policy shapes drought.